All right, Sneeaaky, we're ready whenever you are.
I am ready. Yo, Skate, you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. This is Yono and the Celestial Elephants. I promise this is a better game than it looks. I'm just going to go into it. So, I'm on go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Yono and the Celestial Elephants. It's an isometric game. It's kind of like Zelda-ish. There's a lot of puzzles, but we're going to skip most of the puzzles. Right now, we're going to do a couple of cutscene skips by climbing into some trees. So Yono just likes to climb over stuff. Most of the puzzles are very height-based. So you can use keys, you can use ledges, you can use... Oh, okay, that's not helping. Ledges, pretty much anything at your disposal. And here we go. We have to talk to SNeeaaky there, but we get to skip her first little cutscene and her last little cutscene. Over here, another sort of height-based jump that's actually kind of difficult. Oh, okay. I'm sort of clipping into the bush there. We're supposed to blow on the pinwheel and then have that little platform come to us, but we can just dash as far as we want. That's fine. Yono pretty much carries momentum anywhere it goes, which is pretty cool. It helps for a lot of the upcoming tricks. And yeah, this is so far the tutorial. There's a little target lock that lets Yono spin around in circles for some reason. That doesn't get used very often. And yeah, that's it for the start of this. We're going to pick up a chicken over here and do monk skip. We're supposed to get some water and blow it at this monk, but if we just climb this chicken over here and very specifically dash into the loading zone, we just skip that entire windhill portion. So we're going to go straight into the first dungeon in a moment. The game gets pretty peaceful from here on out. It's mostly just going to be us skipping a bunch of puzzles and carrying a bunch of keys through different rooms. That was really good. For some reason, when Yono dashes, its hitbox gets super wide, so you can hit a bunch of things at the same time. So we're going to try to abuse that as much as we can. And here we're going to do another skip where we just climb this pot. So what's happening here is we're carrying a key into a room where we're not supposed to be carrying a key. So we can open this door and then do the puzzle, grab the key, and then use the key that we're going to get to sort of abuse the rest of this dungeon. So if we blow on this pinwheel, we sort of started this cycle where there's the spikes going up and down. There's this platform that's going side to side, and I actually missed sort of a cutscene skip, so this is going to be a really tight window. But if we do everything in the right order, oh my god, that was close. If we do everything in the right order, we can grab this key out of the air and dash through these spikes, and everything is really good. So another height-based puzzle. Sorry if I'm going really quick, but the start of Yono is actually pretty insane. We're going to use this key to climb over these bushes and then climb over this tree, and now we have a key that we can abuse for the rest of the dungeon. So again, just like we did before, we have this key. We're going to be bringing it into other rooms where we're not supposed to have it, use it, and then grab another key. Oh, that would have been bad. So here's a room where normally there would be a key that would spawn over on this boulder to the bottom corner. But because we brought a key into the room, the game just doesn't spawn the other key, so we have to leave and come back to pick it up. And then we can use that key over here and then pick up another key.
I think you guys could already see a pattern. The keys are quite abusable.
Keys are OP.
Oh yeah.
So, okay, we're done Hedgehog Forest, Hedgehog Dungeon, and we're going to be going into Nightingale City. And I'm going to be doing something a little strange that I'll try to explain a little later. But I'm going to be walking into this room, this sort of prison room, and doing a save. And what this is going to allow me to do is 12 minutes later into the run, I'm gonna skip the entire final boss. I can't explain to you why it works, but yeah, we're sort of like just keeping that around. And then we're gonna leave Nightingale City because there's nothing important to do. So we're gonna do this queen skip over here, where instead of going to talk to the queen, we just dash over this guard and walk by him, so we don't have to talk to the queen and waste a whole bunch of time. And now we have nothing else to do in Nightingale City, so we can go grab another chicken and then just climb our way out past Sundara. The reason this category is called no EQD is because the any percent is basically where we did that save. We could just use a hat to sort of clip through that cage, which is early queen dungeons. But we don't allow that in this category, just so we could extend it a little more and show off a little more of the game. So from now on, it's just a bunch of like, oh, that's not very good. That's also not very good. I want to have a lot of health because later in the game, if I die, I pretty much come all the way back here, which is obviously really bad. And this is probably one of the most dangerous rooms in the game. I want to make sure I do this properly. There we go. Okay, so for some reason you can dash into those poison things and it just doesn't hit you. So I was able to do it once, and now I'm pretty low hit points, but it's fine. I just have to make sure not to get hit later. This, for some reason, is a really precise jump. You just sort of dash onto the ledge, and then you can clip over this gate. There we go. And then over here, there's a puzzle where generally you go grab some water and then fill this box with it. But that little pressure gauge, when it's pressed on and there's something on top of it, it doesn't care for the weight of anything. So we can just sort of skip this puzzle that way. So I'm going to take it a little easy here, because if I get hit once by this big guy, I'm going to die. And that would be really bad, so I just want to sort of keep my distance. There we go. Okay, so I got a double hit there, which is really good. I'm going to grab some health, and then we're going to keep going.
It actually looked a lot like Animorphs combat. Except it didn't look as bad.
Nothing looks like Animorphs, Caveman.
You're right. Fair enough.
You need to quit that game.
I mean, I got what I wanted. I'm good.
So keys aren't the only things we can climb. We can also climb skulls and just skip a whole bunch of puzzles here. And then this is where the game gets really interesting. So there are actually like 3 or 4 levels in it. One of them being the Sunder Gardens, where we go into a crypt and there's spiders and there's a whole bunch of scary stuff. But we're going to skip all that by using this skull and just climb over everything. And then we're going to do it again in Acorn Woods. So generally we'd go to this mech area and there'd be like a whole bunch of exposition and a whole bunch of collecting gears and doing stuff. But we're going to grab a key and just skip all of that. So you're going to see another key climb over here. There we go. So that skipped about an hour and a half. So now we're in the Woolly Mountains, and there's going to be a... We actually have to do the Woolly Mountains. Somewhat unfortunate, but it actually has some pretty cool puzzles. So right here, we picked up some chili peppers, which we can use to melt these snowmen and these ice cubes. Hopefully I get this, because this is actually kind of specific. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm going to have to redo this room. So what you can do is while that ice cube is melting, you could climb onto it and then quickly turn and climb onto the bushes. But there's a really tight window for getting high enough on the ice cube, so I'm just gonna try it again. There we go. And then we can just dash into this over here.
Man, there's like so many new skips since the last time I've seen this category.
This game is insane. It's like, it's not even funny. Over here, another height-based thing. So we can push this ice block over here and then just climb onto this bush. And as long as we're in the radius of this this treasure chest, we can open it and then do another key skip. So we're gonna need to grab this key for one more skip coming up. I'm gonna try to do a bush skip over here. I know I'm saying skip a lot, but we literally skip everything in this game. So we're gonna grab this. There we go. And we used to actually have to pick that up and carry it along with us. But there was actually a pretty cool discovery, which I'll show off in a bit, where instead of doing a key climb, we can just kind of use Yono's dashing momentum off of a ledge and just shoot ourselves super far and not need that key. So there's something about, I'll try to explain that a little bit. There's something about Yono falling that like keeps its momentum when it's dashing. So there, that's the dash that just skips a ridiculous key climb. And now we're done the Woolly Mountains. So to sort of respect the lore of this game a little bit, we've done absolutely nothing wrong, but the Queen doesn't like us and thinks that we've caused a whole bunch of hell in the mech area and is just gonna send us to prison along with her daughter because she doesn't like anyone. We're gonna do our first out of bounds skip, well, first and only out of bounds skip over here. We're going to hit this guard and get ready for the best sound clip in the entire game. I'm gonna hit that guard, we can climb onto it and then use this key over here, and if we get this climb, it should bring us out of bounds. And we can skip this gate, and it allows us to skip a good chunk of puzzles for in the... Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. It lets us skip, like, most of the Queen's Dungeon. But there are still, like, a good amount of interesting puzzles coming up. Alright. Get ready for some more haze.
Hey.
Hey. I don't know. That animation's so bugged. So this game was actually made by one guy, which is actually incredible, even though it has all these skips in it. He did everything except for the music. So like him not checking bounds and not looking at these height things is not a big deal. Hey. So now they introduced this night puzzle, where every time you hit the night, it either the white ones pop up or the black ones pop up. So we're gonna see that a whole bunch. And then also the peanuts. We haven't seen the peanuts. The peanuts were supposed to pop up a very long time ago, but again, we skipped a whole bunch of stuff. So this is a pretty interesting puzzle. That we're going to skip a lot of again. We have to grab some dynamite over here to hit this this night piece, and then we're going to open up this door over here that has a key and has some peanuts in it. And you're supposed to get the peanuts, hit that balloon, and do a whole bunch of other stuff. But you can just grab this key, grab some peanuts, and then hit this knight over here. I don't know if you're actually supposed to be able to hit those with the peanuts, but it works. So we do another key climb here. We're gonna push this, or we're gonna throw this key at the bottom of these stairs. It's gonna slide down to the bottom, and then we can like more easily climb it. It's actually, oh, can I get it? No. Sometimes when you when you go up something too fast and like you're still moving and you try to pick something up, the game kind of tosses you. So we have to be really careful here to get this key, otherwise we have to do a whole bunch of puzzles in the next couple of rooms. All right, there we go. And then again, another key climb. They try to make you do a lot of these puzzles with these ice blocks, and like this one just takes forever, no matter how good you are at it. So having these keys is just wonderful.
Hey.
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 No, I can't get it. Oh, there we go.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
God, it's ridiculous. There's a lot more of that, by the way. Hey. Not yet.
Didn't see it.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
So he can actually ruin this puzzle a little bit. We have to throw dynamite at the TNT, and if he gets in the way, he just sort of carries the TNT off, and you have to keep trying. So we're going to do some actual puzzles here. So here we have to push this TNT block over on this little plate and get some chilies. And then get this TNT block up to these little metal pieces up there, like at the top of the stairs. So we actually do this one full puzzle, which is probably the only actual puzzle we do in the entire game. Oh, what? What? That happened. If I do this properly, I can clip through this gate. All right. Hey. So this is where the guards stop caring so much. There's a good portion of like the dialogue's insane because there's this elephant in their dungeon and they don't know what to do about it. So they're like, "Do we chase you? Do we have to do something? Like, why?" And then suddenly the guards are just like, "You know what? I don't want to do anything. Just keep going, buddy. Keep being an elephant." And again, to respect the actual lore of this game, we start riots as an elephant. It gets really crazy and very political out of nowhere. We start riots, we rig voting polls, we cause almost like a robot revolution, and then that's why the Queen's so mad at us. But, I mean, we didn't do anything. We didn't do any of that stuff. So this is a pretty easy puzzle. We just push the box through the gate, because that's okay. And then we're going to try to skip this gate over here. So if we pick up some peanuts, shoot one at this little thing, it's going to bring us up. And if we do one of those momentum dashes, we just skip this entire puzzle. So we're actually getting really close to the end of the game. I'm going to do... So that save that I did before, I'm getting to the final boss. What I'm going to do is load that save and jump into the cutscene at the same time. And for some reason... here we go. We just loaded this guy that brings us to the end of the game. So now we just have to get out of Nightingale City, go to the monastery, enter the elephant realm, and then talk to the big elephant. And I'll do a fun little glitch that for some reason when you dash into the final cutscene, you can move around and do whatever you want. Oh, come on. There we go. So we can just drop off. And the cutscene thinks we're here, so this elephant's going to talk to us. But we actually have control over the elephant. So I can blow my horn all I want. I can dash. I can also die, which will soft lock the game, so I won't do that. I think I actually have to be careful here because I have to mash text, and I could possibly... Oh, okay. Sure, why not? Why not, Yono? And that is time.
Time.
That's Yono and the Celestial Elephants. A completely ridiculous game, an actually amazing speedrun to do. A lot of the tricks are just so much fun to pull off. Not as great as a casual game, takes about 3 hours, but now we get to see some cute pictures of elephants. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for having me, and have fun with the next runs.
Nice run, dude.
Thank you, SNeeaaky. That was really nice.